I'm Jason Lefkowitz. Many of you have seen me because of a video that went viral of me yelling at a bus. And I do apologize for the profanity. I was just a little heated. I know I shouldn't have been cursing as I did, and I'm sorry. That was wrong of me. But when you're flipping tables and the passion's coming out, I made a mistake. However, I was not wrong in the slightest. But I do need to clarify some things. I wasn't calling out black women, and I wasn't mad at you. I wasn't upset with you. I don't think you should comply to doing jobs like that. I think that's degrading to you, and I don't think you should do that for money. But the real problem lies with men. It's our fault. For centuries, men have degraded women in the worst ways. We don't respect ourselves. We don't respect the power of our seed. We certainly don't respect our alpha, and we definitely don't respect the divine female, the omega. We've lost our ways, and we've been caught in a matrix of duality guided by materialism and pornography. It's disgusting. It's Sodom and Gomorrah out there. These liberal ways and agendas have really screwed up society. We're losing the meaning of what it means to be a man, of what it means to be a woman. A real man, in my opinion, defends women and children, doesn't degrade and use them. That old additive phrase, sex sells, yeah, it might, but that doesn't make it right. There's a lot of misguided sexual energy out there, and we need to clean it up. We need to take out the trash. And what was on the side of that bus was pure trash. I saw Meek's response in his little interview in the bike store. Pathetic, weak mills, garbage. He admits it was wrong to be on the side of a bus. And then he tries to flip it around and try to make me into some sort of police brutality supporting racist. Where was I during George Floyd? Oh, brother. First of all, I have a Black Lives Matter t-shirt. I have a black stepmother. I have a black sister. Oh, you didn't know that, did you? No, you didn't. A friend of mine from Compton actually told me all the ins and outs of the actual organization, Black Lives Matter, how it's a Marxist organization funded by George Soros, has pretty evil intentions, including breaking the Western family home. Yeah, I don't agree with that, but I certainly 100% get behind the preservation of black lives. Black people have been wonderful to me my entire life. Some of my favorite people to ever walk this planet are black, and I would never want them to be in jeopardy and feel afraid to walk out on the streets like LeBron says. We're afraid to walk outside. None of my black friends are afraid. They don't have any sort of victim mentality. They're leaders. They're alphas. They're good men. But to flip that on me, and of all the people to pick, you pick George Floyd. It's a real interesting one, because we're talking about the respect of women. That man was not only into pornography and shot pornography and rap and a drug addict and in and out of jail and had a massive rap sheet. He once put a gun to a pregnant woman's belly. Forget how he died. Why don't you talk about how he lived? George Floyd put a gun to a pregnant woman's belly. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what color you are. You do something like that, you don't deserve to live. If I was some sort of deity, the minute he thought of putting that wet firearm to a pregnant woman's belly, I would have vaporized him. That's disgusting. And that's the kind of mentality that I'm thinking about, that I'm talking about. Men are so warped, so messed up, that they think doing that is okay. To even have that thought is something I can't possibly conceive. So while you try to flip that around on me, why didn't you say Breonna Taylor? At least she's a woman. We're talking about the degradation of women. And even in that, when you're trying to flip it around on me and turn me into some sort of racist that really doesn't care about black people, oops, you were wrong, you still went with the dude and not Breonna Taylor. Then you sit there and you say, oh, well, I'm new to the art game, as if that's some sort of excuse. Sounds like white people problems. Oh, I'm new to the art game. I didn't know. Oh, expensive pain. My motorcycle's on fire. My yacht doesn't work. Oh, my car's broken down. All these dark black women hookers I gotta pay. Expensive pain. Well, didn't you say most of your listeners are like people in jail and people in the hood? I'm sure they're really gonna relate to all that expensive pain. Oh, well, my son, he gave up his football practice so he could come, and watch the interview at the bike shop. Whoa, what a terrible dilemma to be in. That sounds really hard. No respect. No respect of yourself. People are looking at you. Black kings and black queens. Bro, not a king. George Floyd, not a king. Pawns. Your response was pure pawn. You're being used and manipulated. I know what these people are. I know what these people are. I know what these people are. There's other ways to go about things. There's other ways to do art. There's other ways to do music. There's other ways to do movies. There's other ways to earn money. But pushing a society and keeping a culture in this dualistic, pornographic world is not for the betterment of society. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing these evils and people just walking by and doing nothing about it. Children see that bus and they get images, and you're messing with their heads and you're ruining how little boys look at women. You're ruining that for them. How are they ever going to respect a dark black woman when that's on a bus rolling through their neighborhood? How? That's what they're going to equate that to. Shame on you. I wish it was a multicolored bus. I wish there was a white girl and an Asian girl and a Hispanic girl. That would have made everything I said a whole lot easier. But there wasn't, was there? It was all one shade. A shade that Meek himself doesn't even date. Interesting. No? And what about the artist? Oh, I know it's a black woman. Did you know that each little character is also a black model? So she had models model that. They could have put a press release out and said, oh, we didn't know it was going to be on a bus. We just thought it was going to be for the album. And then you could have gotten a little bit of leeway as far as the art conversation. Like, oh, it's art. Oh, well, statues. There's naked statues, Jason. What about the statue of David and his little penis out? He's standing there. Show me a statue of a Roman woman spun around, bent over, grabbing her knuckles with her lala painted a different color and dollar signs all around her. Show me one on a stripper pole with like flat lips and a wig on, looking all crazy. Get out of here. Are there terrible statues of like men eating babies and lizard people? Yeah. Should they be taken down? Yeah, probably. They're disgusting and satanic. But they didn't cross my path on a street in my neighborhood. They're in the museum where they belong, or on the fountain, or wherever it is. That rolls through the neighborhoods all over the country, it seems. I'm in Hollywood. I'm not in Philadelphia. I'm from near Philadelphia in South Jersey, which is why I wanted to support Meek Mill. He's a Philly guy. We've probably eaten at the same places, drank the same water, rooted for the same sports teams. But that crap on that bus was disgusting and evil. And then we have to band together. It's up to us to change society. It's great to see all these women standing up, and you see all these women at these PTA meetings standing up, battling all the fucking disgusting LGBT sexual stuff they're teaching 5-year-olds and 3-year-olds that they could pick a gender. Shut up. We'll flip the tables over on that one next week when I talk about pregnant little Nas and all that fucking nonsense. Gross. Stop it. It's not okay. No, not having it. We'll get there. All this stuff being pushed on our kids and the critical race theory and then this and that. is not helping. And this vax passport, that is racist. 78% of black people in Manhattan between the ages of 19 and 45, you know, like the working class, are not vaccinated. Out here in LA, in the Hispanic and black communities, 70% of the people are not vaccinated. These passports are racist. They will crush those communities when they can't work and they can't. Just wait till it gets to the grocery stores. There's going to be looting and rioting like we've never seen in this country. I should probably flip that table over too. But this is about the degradation of women on that bus at a major tourist attraction across the street from a Disney theater. There's children everywhere. People coming over from overseas, from foreign countries to LA for the first time, possibly to America for the first time, and they walk out and they see that bus. And so, welcome to America. This is how we treat this one color of woman. The Nubian queen. That's how we treat her here in America. Welcome to America. Could you imagine being an African coming to America, to LA for the first time? You come up and that's what you see? My stepmom's black. At my dad's house and their house, growing up, we had tribal masks on the wall. We had pictures of beautiful African women with pots doing their stuff and naked, and it was all super tasteful. I even saw a picture that the artist Nina did where she had a black mother that was breastfeeding. Gorgeous. That's beautiful. Not this that you put on that side of that bus. It was filth. It was garbage. You know it. You admitted it. But you weren't man enough just to take it and say it was a mistake. You had to flip it on me and try to make me into a racist. Weak, dude. Real weak. So I call on all men and all people. We have to call out evil. When we see it, we have to call it out, identify it, so that it knows we know what it is. And that's how we beat it. Love over fear. Fear is all this gross stuff. That's what this war is, all over us, all around us right now. Love is going to win. Light is going to win. Look within. Look to God. Yes, God. Can we say that anymore? Are you allowed to say, I love God? Well, I do. I love you all very much. We're going to defeat this evil. We're going to win. We're going to win. And it's going to be glorious. Thank you very much for listening. I'm Jason Lefkowitz. Have a great day.